Welcome to this week's episode of Biz Success in 15, where top experts share hot tips and strategies that you can implement in as little as 15 minutes to build your dream business. And now here's your host, the Visibility Wiz, Cindy J.
Hi, I'm Cindy J, the Visibility Wiz, and welcome to this episode of Biz Success in 15, where top experts are going to share hot tips and strategies that you can implement in 15 minutes or less. Today, our guest is Dina Marais. She is a business coach, a mentor, speaker, and author who works with entrepreneurs to monetize their sole purpose. She specializes in shifting limiting mindsets and leveraging the expertise of her clients to radically expand their impact and income streams that allow them to live the lifestyle they desire. Welcome, Dina. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much, Cindy. It's an honor to be here.
And to start with, Dina, could you share a personal or business challenge that you had to overcome in order to achieve your level of success?
You know, they say our message is our message. And the one thing that I specialize in is mindset. It's overcoming that limiting beliefs. And that was my biggest challenge is I grew up really believing that I was not good enough, I wasn't worthy, and so many entrepreneurs, go through that. And I believe actually that every adult has been damaged to some extent in their childhood. But that was really a big journey for me to get to that. And I've tried many things before, and it's really in my work with NLP and neurosemantics and quantum physics and all those wonderful neurosciences that I eventually manage. And it's an ongoing process. We have so many layers. It's not a quick fix, but definitely sustainable change. So once I overcame that, things just started to flow.
Right.
So I would really think that if for anybody who don't have the results that they really want, that's the first place to start. It's mostly in our mindset.
Yeah, it's always an inner game, and a lot of people don't understand that. And in order for strategies to work, your inner game has to be aligned with it. And I know that you teach people to focus on their mindset, energy, vibration. So can you explain what that is in case any of our participants don't understand that terminology?
The energy vibration is really to work with the law of vibration and the law of attraction, because our brains are actually switching stations, and as every thought that we have, the brain switches the vibration associated with a thought, and of course that is sent out into the universe, and we are surrounded by a thought universe. So then the law of attraction brings back the experience that matches the thought. So what I teach then is for people to step into the vibration of their vision that they have, the outcomes that they have, so that they can start live that and attract the experiences that move them forward.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that. And thank you for explaining that. And I know, again, one of your missions and your purposes is you help entrepreneurs monetize their sole purpose. So how does one go about even determining what their sole purpose is, and how do they monetize it?
Okay, so for me, we all know what is purpose. I love Deepak Chopra's definition that says it's the intersection between your talents, your skills, and your passions in service of others. And for me, your sole purpose or your niche then is really your purpose within your purpose. So your purpose is sort of a vague world of, we know that we want to work with, say, women, or our passion is the planet or animals or whatever that is. But the sole purpose is often linked to our calling, is linked to some kind of event that happened to us that we feel that we can really add value to other people by helping them, and to use our talent. So for me, it can be a specific group of people within say you work with, it's about the planet. So it's a specific group of people that you want to work with to achieve some kind of outcome, that they have some kind of problem, and to solve the problem so that they can have a result. And to monetize that is to leverage your expertise in a way that you can sell your expertise, how you package it, the offerings that you put together, whether it's information products or an ebook or a group program, doesn't matter. But it's to find, and it's often a ladder of products, a low end and a high end, so that you can make a lucrative living helping other people.
Thank you very much. I know it's so important that everybody has their own expertise, and so often because of the limiting beliefs and our childhood or whatever, we lose track of really what our expertise is, and that the people out there need what we have. So thank you for sharing that. And I know that you talk about the cause and effect and how it plays out in one's life. So what is the cause and effect in regards to your energy vibration and finding your soul purpose and delivering your soul's purpose?
When we are at effect, we believe that life happens to us. Mm-hmm. We believe that we have no choice, that things just come our way. And when we are at cause, we take responsibility. We realize that we create our life. And we really actually take responsibility for our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions. And when we can do that, we can really become our own observer. And this is also where the law of vibration comes in, the law of attraction comes in, so that we really become aware, because that's the first step, is awareness of what are we feeling, what are we thinking, what is the self-talk in the back of our minds. And in that way, really build a self-image of us delivering and monetizing our purpose in a very purposeful way. And not let sort of the past of how we thought, because, I mean, we have about 65,000 thoughts every day. And most people physically live in the past because nothing changes. It's only when you become conscious and deliberately start becoming aware of your thoughts and deliberately control your mind and direct it to focus on what that is that you want. So obviously, the monetizing and the soul purpose and how you deliver it, that's all tied to a vision. You need to have a vision of what you're going for. Right. Because if you don't have a vision, I mean, then there's no point, because then you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going. So those 2 points are very important. And then it's to really focus on the energy and direct your mind. Of course, have a plan of how you can leverage and what kind of products can you create, in monetizing your soul purpose. Right. I talked a lot now. Did I answer the question?
You definitely answered the question. I absolutely love even that you spoke about being a choice. It's all about choice. I was 35 years old the first time somebody told me my life was my choice. And like most people, I thought, hey, life just happens. And I know even there's a lot of new entrepreneurs out there who sort of still have this mindset that life just happens. But whenever you really grasp the idea that your life is your choice, because I thought that my coach was 100% off her rocker whenever she told me that, because my life was in so much trauma at that time. But whenever I started really grasping it, it's like I could not control all the crap outside of me, but I could 100% control up here. And that's when my transformation began for me to become the woman that I am today. Was just learning to be at choice. And I tell my clients all the time, you're always at choice. Every minute you have a choice. You can watch TV or you can work on your business. You can take a nap or you can work on your business. You're always at choice, which is so huge with our thoughts.
Absolutely.
And I know also you talk about, as human beings, we always get in our own way. And it's all those limiting beliefs, and it's the inner game that we're not even conscious of that gets in our way. So how does one go about getting out of their own way whenever it's all these thoughts that they're having that's creating them to remain stuck?
Oh, there are so many beautiful rituals to do that. It's like the first thing is to become aware.
Mm-hmm.
That's awareness. The second thing is to really take responsibility, to realize that you're creating your life. The third thing is to have a vision, to know where you're going. What is it that you really want? What would that look like when you have it? And then is to become that person, because I always explain to my clients, if you are vibrating here, whatever you want is here.
Mm-hmm.
You need to you need to catch up on your human self that you can begin to vibrate here. And we do that when we continuously step into that energy, which is, of course, a mind-body state. If you know that, your state is made up of what you're thinking and your physiology, and that your body is really the expression of your subconscious mind, then you have to influence your subconscious mind. And you do that by become really conscious of what it is that you're doing, because your subconscious mind only accepts things. It's your conscious mind that actually changes things. And giving your subconscious mind a new experience of what it is that you really want. Mm-hmm. And of course, is to do that relentlessly.
Exactly. Yes. To be committed to it. It's
absolutely.
Yeah. Once you're committed to it, it's definitely changing. I'm, 100% with you here, Dina.
But that is the hard work, Cindy. That's the hard work, and that's the work that people shy away from.
Yeah,
because
I have a saying that it's as easy as that, and it's as hard as that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's the most difficult thing in the world to challenge ourselves, because we want to, because we're afraid we're going to become somebody that we're not, I think. And in reality, we're actually becoming who we are when we step into this energy. So, Dina, can you share a few steps on how somebody can accelerate their manifesting their desires?
It's to make that moment-to-moment choice as well, as you said earlier, between faith and fear. Mm-hmm. Because both actually require us to believe in something that we cannot see. But, we're so programmed to go for the fear and the doubt. So the way of being, of who you really want to be, that is critical. And is to continuously step into that person until that becomes your dominant way of being. And it really, if you break it down, it's what thoughts do you want to believe about yourself, and to affirm that for yourself while you're stepping into the energy, the state. And it's to really relentlessly, as your old thoughts come through, to negate them. Say, I'm sorry, I don't believe that anymore. This is what I believe. Mm-hmm. And it's to continuously practice and give gratitude. Gratitude is the most beautiful emotion. It's to really step into gratitude continuously. The moment you feel doubt or fear, it's just your ego mind coming up and wants to keep things familiar. You need to take charge of your mind and say, no, I don't believe in that. Let me appreciate what I have around here. And once we start noticing the stuff that we want, the abundance, then it shifts our focus to stop focusing on lack and scarcity and what we don't have, and start focusing on what we do have. And that gratitude with that, of course, it becomes more, it attracts more. We get more of that.
Right. I love that. Thank you. Before I even knew about vibration or gratitude or anything, it was really interesting, because whenever I would get super, super angry at my children, instead of yelling at them, I would take a minute to remember what I loved about them, because that always changed the outcome. And that's all gratitude is. It's loving yourself. It's loving nature. It's loving the universe. It's loving what is. And so to me, gratitude is the number one thing as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And Dina, can you share a business strategy that our listeners can implement in 15 minutes or less to grow their business?
You know what I really love? You said you talked so much about visibility. Mm-hmm. And this strategy is is a combination of two mentors. The one is Rich German of JVIC, and the other one is Reverend Anne Bruswell. And Rich German said that you need to connect with make at least 5 connections a day.
Mm-hmm.
And speak to someone every day.
Right.
But a clever way in making that connection and in actually speaking to someone is once you've made a connection, say on Facebook, is once you've added that friend, is to invite them for a virtual coffee.
Yes.
Is to ask them, tell them, listen, thank you for connecting. I would love to know more about you. Could I invite you for a virtual coffee? And then give them your link to schedule an appointment that suits them, or you can tell them to give their link to you, just to make it easier for them. And some people don't like it, but so often people come and say, "What a lovely idea!" And it's in these connections that we make that actually grows our visibility.
Yes, I got that. Thank you. And virtual coffee too, it brings the human, whenever you're sitting there and you're videoing with somebody over virtual coffee, it brings a more human connection with the people that you want to network with. So thank you for sharing that. I absolutely love that strategy.
Oh, great.
And I know that you have an absolutely wonderful gift for our community. So can you share what it is?
Well, I have a free report that is the 3 must-haves for a profitable business. That will give you the freedom of time and money and the enjoyment that you're looking for. And, that's really the foundation of any business. It's short and sweet. I think it's about 10 pages or so, but with great ahas, I think, inside it.
Yes, thank you very much. And to our listeners, you want to head on over to bizsuccessin15.com/Dina, Dina, all lowercase. So that's bizsuccessin15.com/Dina, and grab your free gift of the 3 must-haves for a profitable business. So regardless where you're at in your profits, you can always increase your profits. So go on over there and grab the 3 must-haves and create your own prosperous and sole-purpose business and life. You'll also be able to re-listen to Dina's words of wisdom and download this episode. So head on over there. And Dina, do you have any parting words for our listeners?
I would just say, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe that the universe or God or source or what it is to you really wants you to be so successful and making such a lucrative living while you're doing that, because it's a way of source expressing itself. So it's yours, but you have to claim it.
Thank you. I absolutely love that. And it's been a pleasure having you on the show. So I want to thank you for being my guest, Dina.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Cindy. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's show, feel free to share it with your friends. And again, you want to head on over to bizsuccessin15.com/Dina, and you'll find all links mentioned from today's show. You'll also be able to download today's show so you can re-listen to it at your convenience. You can catch up on past episodes from other top experts. And while you're there, be sure to grab your free gift of the 3 must-haves for a profitable business. So big hugs. Be sure to tune in next week for another great episode. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Biz Success in 15. For all links mentioned in today's show and to watch or listen to previous episodes, visit bizsuccessin15.com. Thanks so much for listening, and be sure to tune in next week for another amazing guest.